No matter what communities you're working with, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you identify someone you'd like to talk to, and this is someone you've never met. So how to go about reaching out to them and talking to them? In this video, I'll share a formula that I've used in the past. And it's just something that I started doing as a student when I needed to conduct informational interviews and figure out my life. But it just happened to work really well, and I started incorporating it into my courses, and it seems to be working for my students as well. And it's the simple idea of informational interviews. You're never too young, too old, too big, too small to just ask for and conduct an informational interview. Now, what do I mean by this? It just means that you're reaching out to ask someone for information. Most people are pretty responsive to that. I guess most people really like talking about themselves. So when I reach out to people I don't know, I always use this exact same formula. I send an email, and I write in the subject line, request for informational interview, those exact words. In the email, I write 3 sentences, no more, no less. The first sentence says a little bit about myself, what I'm working on, why I care about it, who I am. Really concise. The second sentence says something about the person I'm reaching out to. Like, I read your article on so-and-so, or my friend so-and-so said I should really talk to you. Or, I heard you're a well-respected community leader and I'd value your input. Just why you're reaching out to them, what you know about them, and why that resonates with you. And the third sentence is, if your schedule allows, I would be grateful for 20 minutes of your time. And that's it. You'd be surprised what a high response rate you'll get. So you could be asking for a phone call, an in-person meeting, or some kind of video conference, Zoom or whatever. In low and middle income countries, people like using WhatsApp, so that might be a platform of choice. It doesn't matter. It should be whatever works for the other person. Now, when I send these emails, I usually use my university email, which I admit must help, and you might not have one. You might have a work email or even a personal email, and that's okay. Just use your personal email. It will work as well. You might want to create a new email that's focused on your project, like, say, Climate Change 2022 or something like that. Or just keep it real and use your personal email, be humble, introduce yourself, and ask for information. If they don't reply, don't hesitate to follow up after a week or so. I've definitely been on the receiving end, and I've kind of ignored an email hoping this person will go away. And after 2 or 3 emails, I'm like, okay, I really need to talk to this person. So you need to be persistent. So that's how to reach out. Now, what do you do when they reply? As I mentioned, start with a phone call or a video call or whatever works with them. Make it easy for them. Stick to the time you asked for, unless they explicitly agree to speak longer, and keep it simple. Pick your top questions and leave a lot of space in the conversation for them to say things that you didn't think to ask them about. So for example, you can do these 5 simple things. You can start by sharing a little bit about yourself and why you're working on this challenge. Remember not to spend too much time talking about yourself. You can summarize the key points you learned about this topic so far, and then ask for their feedback and reactions about what you've just shared. What would they add? How have they themselves experienced the same challenge? Ask for specific examples. And then ask them, what do they feel is still missing? What should you be asking them that you're not? And don't forget to always ask who else they recommend you speak with. And then lastly, always follow up. Thank the person and stay in touch. I try to follow up within 24 hours if I can, just to say thank you, I really appreciate this, I'm going to reach out to the people I recommended, I'd love to stay in touch. And that's it. It doesn't have to be some complicated, scary experience. I personally am an introvert. I know I seem extroverted, but these things don't always come natural. Sometimes we just want to run away and hide. But don't be scared. This is a person just like you. And in this way, by following these kinds of simple formulas, by adapting them also to yourself and what works for you and what you feel comfortable with, you can slowly build your relationships and your knowledge and your social network as it relates to your topic of choice.